Hello Sagittarius, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy bringing you your October 2024 general reading. We are looking at the first half of October, roughly the first couple of weeks, and this reading is for you, the fire sign of Sagittarius. I hope everyone's well. As always, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be here to watch any or all of these videos, making yourself part of that gift and blessing it is to create them. Excuse me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your subscribing, liking, and sharing as well. Okay, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is your video. Cross-watchers, if you're cross-watching for Sagittarius, this is your video as well. It's still relevant and important. If you know, excuse me, just got hoarse all of a sudden. If you know any of your other signs or your sign placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch those as well. It could be helpful. It can bring in additional insight and perspective into your personal situation. It's a general reading. It might resonate a little differently for everyone. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you find that something really does resonate, it hits home with you, and you'd like to take a deeper dive, take a deeper look at it, and reach out for a personal reading with me for yourself or perhaps as a gift for someone else, or you simply resonate with the reading style. If you're interested, email me at maggie_McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info also by clicking the description of this video. I would be just delighted to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you quickly the same day or within 24 hours. I do offer a lot of different options for readings, different types, lengths, costs, styles, spreads. There's something in there for everyone. At least I try to put something in there for everyone. And I'm quite diligent and focused on timely scheduling of personal readings. It's what I do full time. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty focused on that. So if you're interested, email me. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what the first half of October 2024 is bringing in for you. For those of you who like to know, I am using the Royal Deluxe Tarot and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Gosh, just as soon as I started this video, it started. Okay. We begin with the Page of Cups, Sagittarius. Could be positive messages, flirtation. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Interesting. The timing is off on something. The timing is off for this message. Next, we have another page, the Page of Wands. So we have an emotional page, the Page of Water with the cups. We have a fiery, feisty, spontaneous, impulsive, all over the place page with the Page of Wands or fire. The Hierophant with that. This is trusting in the guidance, wisdom, and experience of somebody older or somebody more experienced. The King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, showing up as a male. It's a general reading, could be female. Might be a specific person that's relevant somehow. Somebody very smart, very astute. For others of you, this can represent really needing to be sharp and use your intellect and your power of facts and reasoning and not your emotions, like these two pages kind of imply. With the Devil. Okay, yeah. So this is about using, again, your intellect instead of your passions, your impulses, right? There's a strong temptation to just kind of, it's all over the place with these pages and the Devil. Rush right on all over the place and, well, I'm going to do this thing. It's a great thing. It's a great idea. It's going to be great. And off you run, without, run headfirst into a wall or off a cliff or something. So this is about using your logic and your intellect to overcome like where your impulses or your desires may want to pull you. For some of you, there may be a really unhealthy person in your life who's trying to tempt you into doing something not quite right or really fast. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the Knight of Wands. Knights always have a goal, a mission to accomplish. This is the Knight of Fire, and he's off and running. Probably doesn't even pack any clothes. I mean, the Knight of Wands is very focused, very assertive, very quick, spontaneous, impulsive. I'm not liking the Knight of Wands with both these pages. And I'm already seeing advice here about be careful. Take the advice, opinions of somebody who's older, somebody who's more experienced, or somebody who's more experienced in this. Because it's about following the tried and true path and rely on that. Rather than charging forward with all this wonderful emotion, but it's very scattered. And there's something really unhealthy in this, really tempting. And that's how the devil ensnares, entraps, enslaves. You know, it's not by appearing all scary. He would never get anybody over to his side, right? It's about saying, but you need this thing, but this thing could be wonderful, but it makes it very attractive, right? And it may be this King of Swords individual, but also the advice here, the strong advice here with the King of Swords and the Devil. The King of Swords might be the Hierophant too, because there's definitely Sagittarius energy here about relying on somebody who knows more than you do in whatever this is. This is intellect and rational, logical reasoning over, you know, the temptations of impulses and desires, or somebody who's trying to tempt you into doing something quickly, and that wouldn't work out well for you. Kind of reminds me a bit of Capricorn's reading as well. All right, let's take a look at that overall energy of the Knight of Wands. The Chariot and the Page of Swords. We have 3 pages here with the Knight of Wands and the Chariot. And I'm not keen on this, Sagittarius, because it's too much. It's too much young, immature, or all over the place, not thinking it through, just wanting to charge ahead kind of energy. You're focused on something. I don't know what that something is. It's a thing. I don't know. It could be a person, could be anything. The Page of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. This is not the right time for this. The Page of Pentacles reminds us that it takes time, work, and effort to get the things that we want, typically. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles is somebody who's getting ready to harvest. She's put an awful lot of work into growing that. It takes time, effort, the accumulation of what goes into something in order to grow it. It doesn't just manifest by magic. But here we have the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Wands. I mean, you know, exciting new beginnings, full of fire, all over the place. The Seven of Cups is dreams and illusions and the possibility and potential. I mean, we all have to dream, right? That's where great goals start, is a dream, right? This is looking at the different options, the best, but only the best, right? The possibility and potential of what it could be if things work out perfectly. It's a lovely card, but it's a very dreamy, castles in the sky, fantasizing, daydreaming, not grounded in reality card. It's just like exploring the possibilities, but only in the most positive way, which is good. But here, it feels like it's an illusion. There's too much page energy, too much rushing energy, too much devil energy, that this is like an illusion. It looks really beautiful, but it's like a soap bubble. It's all iridescent and reflects all the colors, but as soon as it brushes up against anything real, it pops, right? It feels like this is, in a way, an illusion. And illusions, by their very nature, are dangerous. Why? Because they have no flaws. It's perfect until you get into it, right? Careful, 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 Sagittarius. Page of Wands and the Hierophant straight up is relying on either the experience and wisdom of somebody who's walked this path before, or who has more experience than you, or can give you advice, and or to walk the tried and true path. The reason it's called the tried and true path is because that's the path that typically works. That's why it's a tried and true path, and a bunch of people have walked down it, right? Yeah, the Magician, somebody who's worked hard to get to a place where now they know how to manifest what they want. But it comes from a long road of trial and error and experience. The Hierophant again, and Justice. This is a way and or a person who understands how this needs to happen without shortcuts. There's no shortcuts here. And if somebody's telling you there is, they're trying to trap you into something, or they're lying, right? King of Swords and the Devil. I mean, it's not a negative reading per se. It feels like a cautionary reading. It feels like you're just full of all these wants and desires and emotions and excitement to get going on this, but so much that I think you're going to rush ahead. You're going to think you don't need to do step A or step C or whatever because it's not necessary, but it is. Somebody, and there may be a specific person trying to kind of lead you down a path that I think would lead to regret. King of Swords and the Devil. The Emperor, the Devil again, and the Three of Wands. This is the temptation that, oh, it's going to be so wonderful for the future and everything's going to be great. This is kind of a struggle between your intellect and your rational, reasoning, logical mind going, this isn't good. There's some red flags here. But all of the emotion stuff are like, no, it'll be fine, and then rushing off. There may be an indication here that there's a person in your life who's trying to pull you down this path. But I mean, the Devil and the Emperor is somebody who is, or turns out to be, or in disguise is somebody who's very domineering, very controlling, very possessive. It's like a really terrible partner, a really bad boss, somebody who wants to micromanage, control everything. It's obsessive energy. It's all the traits of the Emperor taken to a really dark place. So for some of you, it's really watching out for this person. But it feels like he's offering something or trying to tempt you with something that looks really beautiful, and you're so excited about it. But you need to practice caution, and I think you need to bounce it off of somebody else whose opinion you and life experience you admire and respect and will listen to. Because I don't usually get general readings like this. It just feels so specifically cautionary here. Be really, really careful. All is not what it seems, I can tell you that. All right, advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. I don't like seeing the Devil twice either in all these pages, and it's interesting how similar it is to Capricorns. I think they had the Devil twice too. Okay, we have the Fool and the Five of Cups. Be careful about doing foolish, foolhardy, unplanned, unthought out things because it will lead to regret. Sorrow, grief, loss, regret. I mean, there's a time to take chances, but, taking calculated risk is one thing, and this energy is something else because it's totally unplanned. The Ten of Pentacles. This is Spirit saying, look, to get to a place where you have long-term security and stability, whether it's financial and material or whether it's in relationships, it takes a while, right? This is the Ten of Pentacles, the inheritance card, the legacy card. And where do inheritance and legacies come from? It comes from the long, slow accumulation of time and effort and all of that went into it to get it to where it is today, which is abundant and something you can rely on and not have to worry about the future. But a lot of time and work went into getting that. There's no shortcuts here. And again, if somebody's trying to influence you and tell you there's a quick way to make money, or there's a, we just met, last week, let's get married. And I mean, don't do it. Spirit here is reminding us that which is worth having is worth, putting the effort into. It doesn't, if it's really beautiful and it comes for free or really super fast, it is likely not what it's cracked up to be or not what it's advertised to be. Because I can see here there's some kind of illusionary energy over this. So be careful. Do your due diligence. Take your time. If somebody's trying to tempt you on this other path, tell them you need to take your time and kind of explore it and maybe think about it and see how they react. That'll be a clue right there as well. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. Those are your messages for the first half of October 2024. I hope for those of you for whom they resonated, that it was helpful, that it marked your cards a little bit, or gave you some food for thought. Again, if it did hit home and you'd like to pull the curtain back on it and take a deeper look and reach out for a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also see that information by clicking the description of this video. I would be delighted to hear from you and even more so to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the next set of readings. Stay well, stay safe. Hope to see you back here again soon, and I hope to hear from some of you as well. Bye-bye.